Hello from beautiful Maine. What does it mean to be spiritually awakened? The process of awakening really involves you becoming who you already are. All that there is about you, all that exists, your history, everything about you, your abilities, it's a matter of allowing this process to unfold. This means that our intuitive senses become alive. We start to feel different. We start to feel awake instead of in a slumber. We start reaching higher levels of consciousness. And what unfolds is the beauty of who we are, the magnificence of who we are. We all have intuitive abilities. What is referred to are psychics. You're all psychics. What we refer to are mediums. You're all mediums. You all have those abilities of connecting with those that have transitioned to the other side, connecting to the deceased loved ones. You all have that. You all can communicate with animals. You can heal animals. You can communicate with trees and nature. You can talk to the trees, you can talk to plants, you can talk to the earth. You all have those abilities, as well as healing the planet. You have that in you. And it just lies ready for you to allow these to come forward. The history of your lifetimes is stored within you. Every lifetime, every planet, every dimension, everything in your journey is all stored within you. So you also can tap into your lifetimes and the lifetimes of others. And also connecting to the off-planet groups, the galactic groups, communications with those who exist in other star systems, dimensions, planets. You all have that ability. So it's a matter of almost like stepping out of the way and allowing yourself to move forward. So really what has got to be done is for those that hold back or have fears, then we can, in a very gentle, loving way, can release old emotions, old fears, old blocks, old resistance to opening up your senses, your vision, your crown, opening up your chakras, opening up your clairaudience, your clairvoyance, your clairsessions, your claircognizance. It's a matter of allowing and remembering. And when you begin the process, it activates. It will begin activating the upper chakras, which can go as high as 23, 24, 25. Etc. So you have higher chakras that will activate as well. And as you peel away at the layers between you and who you already are, that is going to, like I said, activate elements of your DNA, elements of your coding. Your coding is like the blueprint of who you are. I call it like a VIN number. That activates, that opens up, and then you start connecting on much higher levels as you undergo healing or releasing the blocks. Then you start connecting higher and higher to higher consciousness. That means the angelic groups. That means higher levels going further up into reaching into God. Not that you can't communicate with God at any point, because you can. It really is a huge misconception to believe that you cannot speak to God directly. I mean, anybody can, and it is possible. Now, the thing I want to point out, why did we get to this point on Earth? Well, many come to Earth and they make the decision to cut off their memories, cut off the knowledge of who they are, their lifetimes. They cut off their origins. They decide to do that. And there are a variety of reasons why people do that. They decide, well, I'm going to start with a clean slate. I don't want to remember my painful memories of all of my travels, all of my journeys. I am going to shut them down. I don't want to be overwhelmed. I'm going to a 3D / going into 4D planet. If I awaken to who I am, that might be too overwhelming for me, and it might not be a match for me to be on Earth. This is another thing. And also, I have seen many situations where many want to hide on Earth. Many want to hide on Earth. They just feel like that is a planet where I can do that. I can, it's a huge planet. I mean, there are 8 billion on the planet. I can hide in there. The thing to understand is there really is no way of hiding who you are. At some point, that spark, that flame of who you are does ignite. And considering the new waves, the new consciousness, the new light coming to Earth, it is sort of gently nudging many to now waken up. See, you can now. It's okay to move forward. It's okay, and it's okay for you to become all that you are. Now, some decide and they set it up that when they come to Earth, initially they're blocking who they are. They're blocking memories. They're going to block until around a certain age, and then they make a decision that I am now going to awaken at that point. And then that also involves a process that unfolds. For many, there are symptoms that accompany the awakening process. And the thing to understand, it's different for everybody. There are so many websites and posts that will give symptoms. The thing to understand is it is different for each person. It can be physical symptoms. It could be, starting to see spirits and ghosts. It could be, I used to get scratchy scalp, which was, activation of my crown. And some people start getting a little dizzy. So that does involve grounding. If there are certain symptoms, it is important to address them. But ideally, you want to be connected in the crown. You want to be connected in the heart area, and then you want to be connected to the earth. As you start bringing in more of who you are, the light of you, all that you are, as you're doing that, you want to be grounded. You want to be connected to the earth. Otherwise, you can start getting wobbly. I see a lot of people have problems with balance when they're going through the process. But really, you want to remain grounded, and you can bring up earth energies. You can ask for for grounding from Mother Earth, Gaia, and there are other ways to ground. But it is very important that you are grounded, because you are now going to bring in more light, which is, again, who you are. Your physical body is housed in your light. Your physical body is within your light, and you have your light within your body. So when you go through the process of activation and awakening, the body then adapts to taking on more light. The cells of your body, the process of awakening involves the cells of your body taking in more light as well. Now understand, this is natural for us. We were born of light. Nobody was born pure physical, okay? When we become physical, it's condensing our light. See, so our natural state is pure light, and in order to be on Earth in similar planets and dimensions, you have to take on a form which is like the physical, like the human form, which is more dense, okay? And so the thing to understand also is that when you're trying to hide from who you are, the problem is it can kind of come up to the surface. It kind of comes forward, and every once in a while, people's abilities will flash forward. They'll just all of a sudden have strong intuitive senses, and they'll start seeing things. So really, it's natural for us to awaken. It's natural for us to become all that we are and all that we can do. And actually, it actually feels good because it's natural. It's exciting. It stimulates your consciousness. and it brings a sense of freedom, a sense of excitement, and all you have to do is just allow it to happen. I hope this helps, and if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to message me. I'm going to leave my website below in the description, and I'm open to questions about the awakening process. And I wish you well, and I wish you great peace. Love you all.